It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll see Brock Purdy. He's currently third in the NFL in passing yards.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Cardinals offense heading out, and they do so behind Kyler Murray, their dynamic quarterback in his 6th season now from Oklahoma.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 28 yards.
What a start here to the ball game. You get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Murray. He's got Harrison left side complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A check on the numbers last week for Connor. 12 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Murray going to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. 4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Well, the 49ers getting ready to go on offense, and it's the Pro Bowler Brock Purdy at the helm in his 3rd NFL season now out of Iowa State.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Arizona defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
throwing here, Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
At the 42-yard line.
A give running left now, Garindo. Shifts past him at the 45. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Out of the gun, Purdy. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Greg Dortch back deep. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Murray. And a completion to Wilson. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. This defense for the Niners, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Murray a give. This is Connor. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Shotgun now from Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now Purdy. Buying time to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Connects with Kittle underneath. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Throwing now is Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A huge play there for Arizona. 47 yards. I know it's tough to make tackles in the open field, but that one hurts because he got a little bit extra after the missed tackle.
Receivers are coached so well. They have to break at least one tackle after the catch. He did that on that play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Murray now to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Murray now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the 1st down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Conner is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
You think about James Conner down near the goal line, and you think about the 2021 season with his 15 touchdown runs. He believes he's as good as anybody down close, and he powers his way in here.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. That's complete left side to Gray. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
It's 2nd and 8.
Purdy now to throw. Right side, and he finds Gray. It'll be a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Purdy. Touchdown! Danny Gray, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners have got it back to within a score. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And the drive culminated with the Danny Gray touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. James Conner and the Cardinal offense ready to get back to work. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can see and feel the disappointment on that one because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh, no. Looked like they had that one set up well on third down, but you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, second down.
At the 16-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. Well, same target, same result. It's Kittle. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And the slot man goes in motion left. Purdy looking to throw. And this pass caught by Gray. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
That's good for A. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Purdy off the play fake. Connects with Kittle underneath. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's complete out left to Ayuk. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a third down and 3.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing here, Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Purdy will look to throw again here. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll look to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now Purdy. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Cards are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So that, a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score. But all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd and 5. From the gun, a give to Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Murray has it knocked loose, fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And it's caught. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Looking to throw. Purdy. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Defense.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point try now for Moody. And that makes it 14-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watch their opponent get a touchdown.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
He's got McBride here over the middle. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Here's Murray. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Throwing now is Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Murray to air it out again. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Murray going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive.
How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Christian Watson up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. From there, we take the long trip back across the country, then across the pond. Check out the action in London. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Trevor Lawrence, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Bryce Young leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now a 2nd and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
Play action. Now Purdy. This complete right side to the tight end Farrell. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Back to throw. Purdy. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. Danny Gray with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Niners come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in for the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They start with a give to Connor. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole that closed there quickly at the end. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun now from Murray. Wilson's got it complete. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. The Niners offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And strong and close this one out. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. From the 29, Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Looking to throw. Purdy got his man complete over the middle. That's Gray. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Purdy. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Back to throw. Purdy. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. And he rifles one incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Shotgun now with Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Baron Browning in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick here is good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
It's a gain of 10. And the Cardinals first down.
A give running right is counter. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Holding offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Second down and 6 now.
Now Murray.
He'll get that complete to Harrison.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a handoff coming left, Connor. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again, it's Connor. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. From the gun, Murray. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The 49ers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Purdy now to throw. Ayuk bringing it in on the crossing route here.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And the Cardinals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
They begin on the ground here with Connor.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. To throw, it's Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Murray now. He completes it to Wilson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Off the option, here's Murray running left.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Murray now to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now.
Prater's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 3rd and 3. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
On the give, it's Guerendo.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
That is caught. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw. And this pass caught by Gray.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 32-yard line.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Flushed. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But tell the statistician to add another one to their impressive total today. Great week for the defensive front. A tough one for that offensive line. Quarterback getting right back behind that line. hoping for more time to attempt a likely third down pass.
The Niners on third down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 14.
Throwing here, Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
And some space here. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. This thrown quickly out to Jones.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll try the left side with Connor. Gets shedding the tackle and gives him some room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Murray going to throw. And a completion to Wilson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. To throw is Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On 3rd down, it's Guerendo.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
On the return, Dortch.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner ready for this next possession. This is 1st and 10. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
And he is out up around the 15-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Now Murray's got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. So with no timeouts and where the football is on the field, now they're in a really tough spot.
Because a field goal finishes them, right? If they give up 3, it's over, let alone trying to get the ball back. You're exactly right. Very difficult situation. All they can do is go all out when the ball's snapped and try and pop it free and get it back for themselves.
Purdy down to a knee, and that should be the final act of the ball game. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game.